Hello, everyone. Welcome to TD Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and we have the latest Marvel Legendary game, Weapon X. I don't know who is the main character. Do you know, Bub?
I don't know about that one.
All right, let's.
Let me get
Yeah,
a cigar and think about it.
so I think this came out like in October, and I missed it. And when we just got somebody at the cruise mentioned mentioned that it came out, and it's like, ooh, so I had to
Yeah, we
order it.
we've been or well, I say we. Dave had been pretty on top of getting these whenever they came out, but this one kind of surprised us. It crept up on us. We
Yeah,
didn't even know
there's
about
been
it.
a couple that have snuck by me. I'm gonna have to. I thought it was on the mailing list from Upper Deck, but maybe I'm not. All right,
Well, if they're anything like Hasbro, well, I say Hasbro, Wizards of the Coast, that I'm on their mailing list now and get everything from them.
all right. So okay, so
What we got here? Ooh, hey, look who's on the box.
yeah, Wolverine
Is me.
and Colossus. All right, so let's look at some of the keywords here. So we got the MK, which is the Marvel Knights, and then we've got looks like the X Force and the Avengers logo.
Okay, so those are the teams that we
The
got in
teams,
this.
right? So we got
Okay.
Berserk Heroes. So this keyword represents Weapon X, Marrow, and Weapon H going into Berserker rage, rages of unpredictable violence. It also appeared in the legendary X-Men product. So Berserk, as you discard the top card of your deck, you get fight equal to the discarded card's printed fight. Uh, some cards have more Berserk, like Berserk, Berserk, Berserk. That's the number of cards then that you discard, and you add up all the printed fight.
Oh, okay, so it's not three times the same card. Okay.
Yeah. Berserk, just do the Berserk effect multiples. Yeah. Then we have Berserk enemies, which is new. So when they face stronger. So when you try to fight an enemy that has a Berserk, discard the top card of your deck, and the enemy gets fight equal to the discarded card's printed fight. So now your fight deck is going to be used against you. If you have at least as many fight points as the enemy's improved fight, spend that many fight points and defeat the enemy as normal. If you don't have enough fight points, then you don't defeat this enemy. You lose all your fight points and you can't fight any more this turn. So not only do you lose the fight, but you're out for the turn. You can still play cards and recruit.
You can't fight anybody, or you can't
Nope,
fight the
can't
same.
fight
Wow.
anybody else.
Oh, that's harsh.
You can still play cards and recruit. Don't use that enemy's fight effect, and don't use any whenever you fight, because when you're defeated, you don't get your fight effect either.
So you're going to want to save those to be the last character that you fight on a turn.
Yeah,
If you're going to do more than
if
one.
an enemy says berserk multiple times, you do the same thing.
Oh, wow.
So
That
once you
sounds
start a fight, an enemy, you can't play any more cards until after the fight is complete. So you commit before you start the fight.
okay.
Uh, Fail. Some berserk enemies say fail, you gain a wound. Do the fail effect. If you try to fight that enemy, but the berserk bonus causes you to fail, you can try to fight it. You can't try to fight an enemy unless you have enough points to match the printed fight to start with. So you can't even initiate it unless you have the minimum.
Yeah, so that's the
That makes
normal thing
sense.
is you have to be able to initiate it, but it could get out of hand.
Weapon X sequence. The lethal success of the Weapon Plus program comes from the relentless iteration on the science of death. From Weapon X to or Weapon 12 to Weapon 13 to Weapon 15, each of their sequence of killers is more deadly than the last. On a hero, Weapon X sequences means you get fight equal to the longest sequence of different printed cost numbers on your cards.
Oh, wow.
Your card includes both cards you played this turn and cards in your hand, so you can count both. For example, say your cards have the cost of 0, 4, 2, 7, 3, 3. Then each time you play a card with the Weapon X sequence ability, you would get +3 fight, since your longest sequence of different cost numbers is 2, 3, 4. Each number
So
in the
zero does not count.
well, this specific example. So if you had 0, 1, 2, I guess that would count. But they didn't have a one. They didn't have.
Oh, is it 2, 3, 4? 0, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yeah, so they had 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because there's no 1 and there's no
Oh, wow. That can be tough.
Yeah. Each number in the sequence must be one higher than the previous number. Your sequence can, oh, here it is, starting
Okay.
with any number, including 0. You can't skip any of the numbers in the sequence. Having duplicates of the same cost doesn't help. If your costs are 000446, then your login sequence is 1, and you would get 1 plus 1 fight. After you play a Weapon X sequence card, if you draw more cards later in the turn that would have extended your sequence, it's too late to go back and get more fight from the Weapon X sequence. So
Okay.
you would want
That's
to
important. That
you'd
is
want to
definitely
play all
important.
your card draw before you initiate the sequence.
Yep.
Double Weapon X sequence means double the bonus. Build your deck carefully to get long sequences.
Okay. So that definitely, it sounds like that it's going to have a great payoff if you can do it, but that can be a tough one to manage.
Okay, so then we got enemies with the Weapon X sequence.
Oh, jeez.
Enemies, Weapon X sequence means this enemy gets plus fight equal to the longest sequence of different printed cost numbers among cards in the headquarters. So then you compare the headquarters for this.
Oh, okay. So you might need to try to actually groom the headquarters a little bit if you've got those enemies coming.
Yeah, because here it's 4-7-5-3-2. Weapon X sequence gets +4 because of the 2-3-4-5. It doesn't matter which headquarters space those cards are in, or if any of them are physically in any particular order. One clever move is to recruit a hero from the headquarters at the right time, disrupting an enemy's Weapon X sequence before you fight them. Take the above example where heroes, if you recruited the 3-cost hero, and then it gets replaced with another 5, you reduce the enemy from +4 to +2.
Yep.
Printed fight and printed cost. Remember, a card's printed fight or printed cost means the numbers literally printed inside the card's big attack or purchase icon. Ignore any plus or asterisk symbol or special abilities that would modify that number. So if a card fight icon says 2 or 2 plus or 2 star, its printed fight is 2. Cards with a cost of 3 or 3 star both have the same printed cost of 3. Okay. Enraging Wounds.
Oh, this is new.
Yeah. So weapon plus scientist inflicted excruciating torments on Weapon X and Weapon H to ignite their destructive rage for revenge.
Yep, that fits.
Other Marvel heroes also find the courage to fight more fiercely as they get hit. To represent this
Hulk
set
comes to mind.
comes with 10 new Enraging Wounds. They give you bursts of power while requiring new ways to heal them. Shuffle all 10 new Enraging Wounds into the wound deck face down, mixed with the normal wounds you have, so that you have at least 40 total wounds. Also include any other special wounds you have, like grievous wounds. You can play Enraging Wounds from your hand during your turn, giving recruit or fight and or other special effects. Each Enraging Wound has its own unique healing ability, like healing when you defeat henchmen this turn. You may KO this wound. So when you defeat a henchman this turn, you may KO this wound.
Oh, I kind of like these.
Yeah, and you can use this healing ability during your turn, either after you play the Enraging Wound or while it's still in your hand. Unlike the healing ability on normal wounds, the KO abilities on Enraging Wounds don't prevent you from recruiting and fighting that turn.
Okay, yeah, I was kind of wondering about that. So,
Enraging Wounds still count as wounds for all card effects. They cost 0, and you can't recruit them. They're not heroes. If you use the normal wounds healing ability, KO the wounds from your hand, that will KO all Enraging Wounds from your hand too. But it won't KO any wounds you have played since they're not in your hand. So if you want the ability, you want to play the Enraging Wounds first before you do a standard wound to KO all wounds.
And so we haven't actually seen all of the Enraging Wounds, so I'm imagining it's because of the verbiage of them. They probably prevent you from being able to get rid of an Enraging Wound through one method and then get it using the standard because
because it's no longer.
I'm guessing you have to
no longer in your hand. You either KO it with the normal wound ability because it's still in your hand, or you play it and it'll go in your discard.
Right, but I mean, if you play it and it's got a healing ability on it, but I have a feeling that those are all tied to either recruiting or fighting.
Or it's other special effects.
Yeah.
Some sets of wounds on enemies. Ignore. Oh, some sets put wounds on enemies. Ignore enraging wounds. The fight number and text while they're on enemies. Enraging wounds offer
Oh, they're just
extra
standard wound.
bonuses, but they can't always be healed as easily as normal wounds. They also increase the total number of wounds a group can suffer during a game, so they are both helpful and harmful. Okay, yep. And then we got
Wait, is that an actual loss condition?
there's some, I think. There's some scenarios.
Oh wow.
It's been a while. I don't remember
Yeah,
when it was.
I think it might. Yeah, I think I do remember something about that one. Yeah.
All right, so we got 4 new heroes of 14 cards each. Oh, only 4 heroes. Interesting.
Yeah, 4 heroes. We've got.
So that doesn't. So that's not even enough for a game by itself.
We'll have 3 masterminds and 2 villain groups, right?
2 villain groups, 3 double-sided epic masterminds, 10 different enraging wounds, and 3 schemes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so the fact that there's only 4 heroes
Because
means we have to combine it with another set.
a lot of times there's normally 5, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you play with 5 normally.
Did Ant-Man and the Wasp, was that one only the 4 one as well? Because I remember
No.
right off the bat we combined that, but I don't remember if we did that just for thematic reasons or if there was because of. I don't remember on that one.
I don't remember. With that one we were trying to do the movie.
Yeah, we were trying to do the movies.
I don't think we ever finished that actually. I think we only did like 2 games.
We did not. We should actually look and see, and we can go back and finish that.
All right. So let's lower the camera here. Okay. So can you read that, or am I gonna have to?
No, you're gonna have to read these.
Okay.
Like this one does not work too well with. I can't read it.
All right. So this is Escape the Weapon X Lab. Weapon X Wolverine in parentheses. So this is probably the rare. Cost 6. It's got 3+ fight. Weapon X sequence. The yellow. I forget what the instinct. I think it is.
Instinct. Yeah, that's instinct.
You may reveal cards from the wound deck until you reveal an enraging wound. Give the enraging wound, gain the enraging wound to your hand. Put the other revealed cards back on the bottom of the wound this way, and then it also has Berserk.
Okay. Then now we've got the common,
the uncommon.
Oh, the uncommon.
Come on, it's not like you've ever played Magic or anything. All right.
I can barely see these. What are you talking about?
Violent conditioning. So this is the uncommon for Wolverine. You may gain a wound. If you do, Berserk. Then it's 2+ fight, and it costs 3. And I'm not going to read the flavor text because it's too small. I can barely read it as it is. So this is one of the commons. Infuse skeleton with adamantium. To play this, you must put another card from your hand on top of your deck. And this has a Weapon X sequence. And it costs 5. Wait, why is there only 1 card?
There's only 1. Yeah, then we go into the next hero.
Oh, interesting.
That looks like that's what these sets are doing.
Well, there might be more cards in here.
Right.
Okay, well, we'll get back to it. So this is probably the other common, then be my guess.
1, 2, 3.
Raging Regeneration.
7, 8, 9. Yep, there's 9. So that's
Yeah.
You're right. They're probably split between the 2. So
that's weird. Okay, so Raging Regeneration, Berserk Instinct. You may KO a wound from your hand or discard pile. If you do, Berserk again. Costs 2+, and it's 4 recruit. I'm just going to see if the other cards are in here.
Yes, they're going to be in there.
I'm not seeing them.
Unless, nope, they're in the back here.
Oh, they're in the back there. Okay.
They're in the back here, so.
That's weird. That
Yep, there you go.
Split like that. Okay, yeah, so this is the other comment. Okay. So that was Weapon X Wolverine. All right. Then we've got 3 brains. This is Phantom X. And he's got the X-Force, the technology, 0+ recruit. He costs 2. Weapon X sequence, getting coins instead of fight. If you got at least 3 coins this way, draw this card. So you're doing a Weapon X sequence, but for recruiting. And this was 5 copies. Yes, this is one of the commons. So the next Phantom X, this is the other common. Sentient Bullets. Weapon X sequence is 0 plus fight, cost 1. The uncommon is Misdirection. Weapon X sequence, when you draw a new hand this turn, draw an extra card, then put a card from your hand on top of your deck. It costs 3. And then the rare is Weapon 13. Weapon X sequence costs 1. It's technology. You may KO one of your cards that has the same cost as any of your other cards, and it costs 4. Okay, next is Marrow. Okay, so Marrow, she's from X-Force. She's got Bone Shards. If you played another X-Force card, you get Berserk. And it's 2 plus fight, and it costs 3. That's the common. The other common is Hyper Adaptive Skeleton. 1 recruit, 1 fight. For all of your heroes' Berserk abilities this turn, you get the Berserk cards printed coin, just like you get their fight. And if you played another green card, Berserk, and it costs 2. So that's nice. You get the coins or the fight, or both, I should say. Osteogenesis. 1 recruit, 2 fight. Draw 2 cards, and then put cards from your hand on. Then put a card from your hand on top of your deck. And this is the uncommon. It costs 6. And the rare is Metabolic Overdrive. Weapon X sequence, 3 plus fight, costs 7. Reveal the top 6 cards of your deck. Discard all the ones that cost 0 and put the rest back in any order. Oh, that's nice. You can sort through the shield officers and stuff, or the shield agents or whatever. Okay. So this is Weapon H, the future of warfare. So this is Hulk getting the Weapon X.
I knew Hulk was going to be in here. I had a feeling.
Yeah. And so this is 2 plus fight, 3 cost. Look at the top card of your deck, discard it or put it back, and green Berserk.
See, I like that. You get to look at the card and decide to keep it or put it back. So
yeah,
you can kind of use that to manipulate. I like that.
All right. Evolving abilities. Weapon H. 0 plus recruit, 2 plus fight. You may have this card. Make all coins instead of fight, including the ability below. And instinct, you get +1 fight. So you could change it to coins, which is nice. So you could. Oh, you don't Berserk though.
Nope, no Berserk on that.
But you can make it 2 or 3 coins instead of 2 or 3 fight. Okay. This is the uncommon. Slice and Smash. Berserk. Green, you may KO the card you berserked.
Oops.
And the rare is the Ultimate Killing Machine. Weapon X sequence. Green. Using the wound deck. Berserk, 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 Berserk. Putting those discarded wounds on the bottom of the wound deck. Oh, interesting. I'm not sure. Well, I guess it's because of those enraging wounds, but the percentage is like you're not going to get a very good. The odds aren't very good that you're going to get the berserks to trigger.
The odds are forever not in your favor.
Yeah, I don't. I think I wouldn't want to do the green personally. I'd rather do 6 from my deck. But okay. All right. So those were the heroes. So now we've got the first villain group. This is the Weapon Plus. So we got Dirk in here. She's got Weapon X sequence, Berserk, fight, KO one of your heroes. Fail, you gain a wound, and she's got 3 plus.
Okay.
We have Ultimatum. Doubled Weapon X sequence, ambush. Each player discards a non-gray hero. Fight, each player KOs one of their gray heroes. Escape, each player KOs one of their non-gray heroes.
I do like the fact that the fight is each player, so that means you're not necessarily fighting over who gets to fight them.
Yeah. All right. So then we have the Skinless Man. Weapon X sequence ambush. Skinless Man captures a bystander of your choice from your victory pile. If you don't have one, gain a wound, and he captures one from the bystander deck. And 3+ fight. Then we've got Huntsman, weapon 13. Weapon X sequence ambush. Reveal the top 3 cards of the hero deck. Huntsman captures each that costs 4 or less. Put the rest on the bottom of the hero deck. Fight. If Huntsman has any captured heroes, choose a player to gain one of them and return Huntsman to the city space with the rest of them.
Oh wow! So you gotta, so he's throwing people in front of him.
But you ignore his ambush again.
Yeah.
So all right.
Oh well, if you didn't, man, that'd be tough.
Yeah. Then we got Typhoid Mary, weapon 9. Weapon X sequence, fight, reveal the top card of the hero deck as her personality. Green. Oh, wow, this is very hard to read. The lighting isn't very good in here. Green, I can't read that. Let's see. I can read there's more than one copy.
Yeah, there's more than one copy. So
there, I'll
wow.
Yeah, the text is really tiny here. Typhoid. Put a card from your discard pile on top of the deck of the player to your left. Okay. Instinct is Mary. Rescue a bystander. Thank you. Red is Bloody Mary. Each other player gains a wound. Technology is Mutant 0. KO one of your cards that costs 0. And blue is Walker. Put a card you played this turn on top of your deck, and she costs 3+, and it looks like we got 2 copies.
No, they're wow. She plays more like a mastermind kind of.
All right, and then we have 2 copies of Nuke, which is weapon 7. Weapon X sequence fight. Reveal the top card of the hero deck as Nuke's adrenaline pill. Red, rage, each other player gains a wound. Yellow, balance, draw a card. Blue, relax, you get +2 coins. Escape, each player gains a wound. And the other colors are not in play.
I do actually like that, the fact that they kind of given like mastermind type abilities to some of the villain groups now.
All right. Then we've got Cypher, who's the Berserkers. Berserk, fight, KO one of your heroes. If any of the cards you berserked were instinct or technology, shuffle Cyber back into the villain deck. Then play another card from the villain deck. Fail, each player discards an instinct or technology hero or gains a wound. Escape, do the fail effect. Wild Child is Berserk. Fight, KO one of the cards you berserked this way that costs 0. Fail, KO a card discarded by Wild Child's berserking that costs 1 or more. You can't KO a card you stuffed into your deck during the berserking. And there's 2 copies of Wild Child. Thorn, Berserk, ambush. Choose a card named Feral from any player's discard pile to enter the city as a villain. Fight. Draw the card you berserked. Fail. When you draw a new hand at the end of this turn, discard a card. And there's 2 copies. I
wonder what Feral's going to do then.
2 copies here. Yeah, then Feral, Berserk. Fight. Choose a player to gain this as a hero. Fail.
Okay.
KO a non-gray hero from your discard pile. Escape. Each player discards a non-gray hero. And then when you have it in your hand, when you played it instinct, you get Berserk.
Okay.
And there's 3 copies of Feral. So.
Okay.
Then we've got, okay, so one of the masterminds is Omega Red. Omega, so he starts with 10 fight. But Omega Red gets +2 fight when you have any wounds and +2 fight while there are any wounds in your discard pile. When you KO any wounds for the first time in a turn, put them on the bottom of the wound deck and gain a wound
So you've got to get
to
rid
the
of.
bottom of
Oh,
your deck.
wow.
Uh,
Oh, that's nasty.
he always leads any villain group. Okay, and then the Master Strike. Each player discards one of their red heroes to gain a wound.
And what's his epic side?
His epic side is he gets +3 fight instead of +2 for the wounds. And yeah, so everything else is the same except he has a starting 12.
12 instead of 10.
Yeah. And
All right.
then he's got his 4 mastermind tactics. So the first one is the Carbonidian synthesizer. You may return a wound from your hand or any player's discard pile to the bottom of the wound deck. If you do, draw a card. So normally you get rid of the wounds, but so he's recycling the wounds. Then we have the Drain Life Force. If this is not the final tactic and you have at least 2 wounds in your hand and or discard pile, return all of them to the bottom of the wound deck and shuffle this tactic back into Omega Red's other tactics.
Oh, so you see, the way we typically play, that's never going to be the final one because we normally do 5. We will play, but we might not do that in this case.
Well, I mean, it's
we'll have
tactics.
So. Yeah.
And then we have Death Pheromones. Fight. Each other player discards a technology hero or gains a wound.
Okay, fairly standard one.
And the Carbidinium Tentacles. After you draw a new hand of cards at the end of this turn, each player discards down to 3 cards or gains a wound.
Ouch. Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah.
He likes to give you wounds.
All right, then we have Romulus. So Romulus has a Weapon X sequence. He always leads Weapon Plus. Master Strike. Each player reveals that they have a greater Weapon X sequence than Romulus or gains a wound. So you would have to have a better Weapon X sequence than what's in the headquarters, which is not going to be easy.
And that's the fight ability?
That is Master Strike.
Oh, okay.
Weapon X sequence, then Romulus or wait, what? Weapon X sequence, then Romulus or gain a wound. Then if this is the 5th strike this game, oh, I see. This is the 5th strike this game. Then this strike, the strike becomes a scheme twist that takes effect immediately. Ew, so the 5th master strike becomes another scheme twist. And a lot of, sometimes that's the losing condition when enough scheme twists have kicked in. All right, and then I didn't read the epic side. So he went from 9 to 10, and he doubles the sequence. Okay. Okay. Then his first tactic is take over Weapon X program. Fight. You get plus fight equal to. You get recruit equal to the fight Romulus is gaining from the Weapon X sequence. Master of Schemes. If this is not the last tactic, reveal the top 2 cards of the villain deck. Play a Master Strike or Scheme Twist from among them, putting the rest back in any order. Gone are the days where you get a bonus for fighting like Red Skull.
Yeah.
Rise of the Miriam, the Mermazium Blade. Fight each other player reveals 3 cards with different adjacent costs, like 2, 3, 4, for example, or gains a wound. And then anoint a heir to take my place. Fight. If this is not the last tactic, a hero from the headquarters that costs 6 or more ascends to become an additional mastermind with fight equal to its printed cost, and only these abilities. Fight. Choose a player to gain them as a hero. Master Strike. Each player discards a card of the hero class or gains a wound. So we got Sabretooth Berserks, ones for each savagery stacked here. Always leads the Berserkers. Master Strike. Stack this strike next to Sabretooth as a savagery. Each player kills one of their heroes that costs more than the number of savageries.
Oh, wow. Oh, later in the game, you could be losing expensive heroes.
Any player that cannot gains a wound instead. Fail, KO a non-gray hero discarded by Sabretooth's Berserking. Okay.
Epic side.
Oh, right. So it's got 9 instead of 8. I don't see any difference. Sabretooth Berserks, ones for each savagery. Oh. No, yeah, so he just has +1, apparently. Oh. That it's at least costs at least 2 more than the number of savagery. So instead of 1, it's 2. Okay, so yeah, there was 2. Okay. All right. Sudden savagery. Fight. Stack a card from the wound deck next to Sabretooth as a savagery. Oh, so it could be more than just the 5 master strikes.
Oh, wow. Oh, he is so savage.
Salivating Prowl. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Draw one of them, discard one, and put the other back on top of your deck.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a good thing.
That's like Lookout from Dominion. Lethal Fangs. KO a gray hero discarded by Sabretooth's Berserking. You cannot KO cards you shuffled into your deck during the Berserking.
Okay.
And then Adamantium Lace Claws. Fight. Each other player reveals a instinct hero or gains a wound. All right, and then we got the schemes. So the first scheme, and I like the fact that they're doing custom art now instead of just a standard one.
Yeah, I do too.
Condition Logan into Weapon X. So scheme. 8 twists include exactly 1 hero with Wolverine or Logan in its name. Twists 1, 2, 3. Induce Violent Rage. If you don't defeat an enemy worth 2 victory points or more this turn, then after you draw a new hand at the end of this turn, each player discards down to 4 cards. Twist 2, 4, 6. Test the subject's healing factor. Each player discards a green or instinct hero or gains a wound. Twist 7. Unleash Weapon X. For each Wolverine and or Logan hero in the headquarters, each player gains a wound. Twist 8. Evil wins.
Oh, wow.
And it started with 8. Yeah, okay. Wipe Heroes Memories. Setup. Twist equal to the number of players +4. Twist. You forget your past. If you have any face-up villains or tactics in your victory pile, put one of them on top put one of them on the bottom of your victory pile face down. Then shuffle this twist back into the villain deck. Then play a card from the villain deck. If you don't have any face-up villains or tactics, then instead stack this twist next to the scheme as a total memory wipe. Special rules. Face down cards in your victory pile count as not being there at all until you count their victory points at game end. Evil wins when there are 4 total memory wipes. Okay.
Wow, that one sounds nasty. But this one, This one, at least in name, is the meanest, most evil, vilest scheme I've seen in the game yet.
Go after heroes' loved ones.
Yep.
Okay.
That's hitting below the belt right there.
And that's a picture of Silver Fox there. Setup. Add an extra hero. Don't use multiple heroes that have the same name. the same hero name. 1 player, 8 twists. 2 to 4 players, 10 twists. 5 players, 11 twists. Set aside the lowest cost card for each hero name face up with 2 face up bystanders under it as loved ones. Okay. Twist 8. 1 through 8. KO the hero in the rightmost hero headquarters space. KO one of that hero's named loved ones. Each player discards a card of that hero name. If you discard a card this way during your turn, you berserk. If that hero name has no more loved ones, that hero is lost in grief. KO all of that hero's name from the headquarter and hero decks.
Ow.
Then shuffle it.
Oh, that could be bad.
Twist 7-11, do the twist effect twice.
Ouch.
Evil wins when the hero deck runs out.
Oh, that could be bad. That's as evil as it sounds.
All right. And then we have our 10 Enraging Wounds. So this is Last Breath. To play this, you must gain a wound to the top of your deck. Healing. When you KO another wound this turn, you may KO this wound. And it provides 4 fight.
Okay, so I kind of like that. You can get rid of a grievous wound and then still get rid of that one.
Yes. Sudden Terror. 2 coins. Healing. When you recruit a hero that costs 7 or more this turn, you may KO this wound. Shell Shock. 1/1. 1 recruit, 1 fight. When you recruit 2 heroes this turn, you may KO this wound. Blazing Vengeance. When you defeat a mastermind tactic this turn, you may KO this wound. 2 fight. Insults and Injuries. When you defeat a villain worth at least 2 victory points this turn, you may KO this wound.
Okay. Yeah, they're finally making victory points worthwhile in a fully cooperative mode.
Wild Rage. Healing. When you defeat a henchman this turn, you may KO this wound. Well, they've had some uses.
Yeah, they've had some, but it's been limited.
Erotic Powers. To play this, you must discard 3 cards, then draw a card. Healing. When you use a superpower ability this turn, you may KO this wound. Example, like when you a green effect, you get +1 fight. So you have to be able to do the card combo, basically.
After discarding 3 cards.
Yeah. To play this, this is Broken Bones. To play this, you must put another card from your hand on top of your deck. Healing. When you draw a card this turn, including drawing this card, but not including drawing a new hand, at the end of the turn, you may KO this wound, and it provides 3 fight. This is Massive Blood Loss. To play this, you must discard a card. When you discard a card this turn, not including discarding to play this card, so not the one above.
Yeah.
Or discarding at the end of your turn to make KO this wound, provides 3 fight. And the last one is Concussion. Healing. When you play 2 cards of the same hero class this turn, you may KO this wound, and it provides 2 fight.
Okay.
All right. Well, so yeah, we'll definitely have to get some games in with these guys and figure out.
So yeah, I can
set.
already tell you. I mean, I'm definitely interested in playing some of this. I mean, I'm liking the idea of revisiting the Hulk with this one, but man, Omega Red is pretty nasty on these, and those
Sabretooth.
Yeah, but those
Slouch.
Those new schemes. Oh my word.
Yeah.
Those sound bad.
Right.
I don't like any of them.
But what's interesting is because like normally when we play the new sets, it's like okay, we play with just the new sets, and maybe you have to add a henchman group or something. But
Yeah, but we're gonna have to
this
add at
time
least
we
one.
actually have to add some heroes.
Yeah.
And so there'll be a little bit of a mix. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Have to figure out, throw Deadpool in or something, as part of the Weapon X program, right?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Well, anyways, so that
In fact, I saw Phantom X. Is Eva in there? Did you see?
no, I didn't see an Eva.
Yeah, that would have been cool. I kind of wish flavor wise, I wish they would have included that.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's Marvel Legendary Weapon X. So, and we got Wolverine and Omega Red there on the cover. So, all right. So, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.